Alright. So you guys want to hear something funny? Actually, I'm really pissed at myself, but it's kind of funny. If you remember, I think I said something about it at some point in time. I don't know. I lost my wallet on the ROC trip with Double T and Yummy. What was it? 2 years ago, whatever, year and a half ago. It fell out of my pocket, my jacket, on the turnpike in Kansas, and never saw it again. So, fast forward to last week, sometime. I haven't got this bike registered yet, and so I had the title in my pocket of my jacket. Hey, you see where this is going already, right? So I had the title in my jacket pocket for this bike. You know, that way if I got pulled over, at least I had, you know, proof of ownership, I guess, kind of, sort of. So I thought it was zipped up. I actually had forgotten it was in there, and I thought it was zipped up in my left jacket pocket. And for some reason, I opened that pocket. I don't know why I would have opened that pocket, but I remember opening it and being like, "Oh, there's my title. I forgot it was in there." And then I guess I forgot to close it back up and went for a ride. And I was gonna go register it last week, and I looked in my pocket and my title was gone. So I dug through all the pockets in my jacket and couldn't find the title, and so I'm pretty pissed off at myself for one. So fast forward to today, I had the email address to the guy that owned the bike before me, and so I was trying to get a hold of him, and I had a phone number that I found on Craigslist because I figured it was the same bike. I don't know. I sent a message to the phone number and I never got an answer, and then I sent another message to the phone number today I called the number and it just went to voicemail. I didn't leave a message. And so I sent an email to the guy, and I get a reply. I told him to text me back, you know, hey, because it's got a Missouri title on it. I was like, hey, can you text me or call me? I bought your bike from the shop, and I lost the title, and I need to get a duplicate title, or I need to get, you know, file for a lost title or whatever. So the guy texts me back this morning, and he's like, yeah, I got your email. And I was like, all right. I was like, here's the deal, you know, I lost it. I'm an idiot. Is there any way that you could file for a lost title for me? You know, I'll pay for it and everything, this and that. And he's like, yeah, can you send me a picture of the motorcycle? And I was like, yeah, you know, just making sure I have the bike and whatnot, and I'm not trying to scam someone else, you know, make sure it's not stolen or something, and I'm just fucking around with it. And so I sent him a picture, and he's like, do you motovlog? I'm like, well, yeah, but I sent him a picture with Double T sitting on the motorcycle. I was like, well, yeah, but that's not me sitting on it, it's a friend. And he sends me a message back, he's like, Double T? And I was like, yeah, that's who's sitting on the motorcycle. And he was like, what's your name? It's like, Graffiti Turtle. And he sends me a picture of his Instagram page where I went through and liked a bunch of his photos that he had, including a picture of this bike that he had on there. And I was like, oh, that's freaking crazy. And he's gonna hook me up and get me that title or whatever, or file for a lost title. But it's crazy how small of a world it is that I ended up buying a bike from someone on that I had bombed his Instagram, and that knows who I am, I guess, through YouTube or Instagram or whatever. But I just thought that was a funny story. It's pretty crazy. And it's also funny because me and Double T this weekend were talking about getting, like, being recognized. We're talking about Downshift, actually, is what started it. Like, the video that he got recognized and gave that guy his keychain, all that. And we're like, that's pretty cool, man. It's, like, pretty legit. Stopped, and the guy didn't even know he was taking the keychain off, and all of a sudden he just hands it to him. He's like, here you go. The guy was like, oh my gosh, dude, for real? That was pretty cool. For someone like Downshift to just be like, hey, man, freaking, here's a keychain. But yeah, we were talking about that, talking about getting recognized, and obviously I'm pretty small, and you know, Double T would have more of a opportunity to get recognized because more people know who he is. And as we were talking about that night, we were out riding with a bunch of guys. I mean, all these guys are from Wichita in the area, and there's probably 20, 25 of us out riding around, and we got split off from the big group, and we were sitting at Quick Trip at gas station if you don't have Quick Trip. And we were talking to a guy we hadn't met before, you know, introducing ourselves or whatever. We were just talking, you know, I'm Clayton, you know, this is Double T. And one of the other guys, like, it came up that he was like, are you Double T 92? And he's like, yeah. One of the other guys was like, oh, holy crap, you're Double T? And he was like, yeah. He's like, you're a lot taller than I thought you were. And then that guy started talking about the meetup Double T had last year, and he was like, yeah, I was gonna go to the meetup. And he's like, and that sucks, I heard you wrecked into that other guy. And I was like, I was that other guy. He was like, you're Graffiti Turtle? I was like, yeah. That was kind of funny too. And we just got done talking about it, and then that happens. Which I think it's cool to meet. Like, I'm not the most outgoing guy, you know, but I think it's cool to meet people just randomly that you're already riding with, that don't know, like, who you are or whatever, I guess, if you have a YouTube or whatnot. And then they're like, oh, dude, but it's cool to meet them personally rather than through social media, I guess.